Hi everyone, Eid Mubarak. I'm Shanur here and you're watching The Business Standard. Today is a very special day, not just because it's Eid, but also because we're interviewing one of the runners-up of MasterChef Australia this season, Kishwar Chowdhury. Kishwar, it's lovely to have you with us. Hope you're doing well and Eid Mubarak to you too.
Thank you. Eid Mubarak to you and all of your viewers as well.
I know that from the show that your family played a big part in you joining MasterChef. So my question is, who was the most influential person in your cooking journey so far? The one person you'd say was the most influential.
My journey to the shoots, my son, Mika, stayed on my back until I applied. So in terms of being on MasterChef, I'd say I was influenced most by Mika. But in terms of food influences, it's definitely my mom and dad.
When it comes to taking part in the MasterChef, obviously you had a long journey there, but what was the one dish or one challenge that you had the most trouble doing, or one dish that you had the most trouble making? Because most of the time you were doing very, very well. So was there any moment where it was like a real challenge and you thought, this time I might not make it to the next round?
I think what was challenging for me was time restraints. A lot of the dishes that I have in my repertoire, or the type of food that you cook when you're at home under no pressure or time restraints, often take time. I think one of the best things I cook, a couple of the best things I cook is a pastrami, but that's brined for 10 days and then it's smoked over 16 hours. So they're the type of things that I really, I've built up my culinary sort of repertoire over. And then things that we ferment overnight, like dohibara, for example, bringing that example in because it's Eid. So when you think of, hey, what's the best thing I cook? It's not always something you can do in 60 minutes or 75 minutes. So it was doing those things, bringing authentic flavors and the authentic version of something I would do at home, but doing it within the hour.
That's great. That's great. I think Rishova has a question for you now.
Yeah. So my question for you is about Bengali dishes. And since you mostly did cook Bengali dishes in the show, do you think it gave you an edge over the other contestants, since this has not been done in this magnitude as of yet?
Yeah, I guess I don't know if it's given me an edge over the other contestants, because whatever you choose to do, whether it's cooking a style of cuisine or whether it's cooking from a particular, whether it's modern Australian or you have a particular style, or you like to cook rustic dishes, or you like to draw from your heritage and culture, like, Elise cooked a lot of Italian dishes. I don't think it gives you a competitive edge over anyone else, because everyone's really at the top of their game. You have to still bring in a variety and show your skill set, because the judges, no matter how delicious the food is, but if you're cooking Bengali food or Vietnamese food or Italian food, the judges want to see your skill set across that platform.
All right. And you did say that you love to eat halim and you could eat it for days at a row. And do you think that it's one of the favorite dishes to cook, or can you cook it every day and eat it every day?
Yeah, I don't cook halim every day because it's such a slow process. And when I do cook halim, I cook it in a very, very big batch. I don't think you can cook a small pot of halim ever. So because it's a slow process, I often only cook it during Ramadan. It is that one time of year I'll definitely cook halim. Sometimes during winter, but it's a special time when I do that. And when I do cook halim, I definitely eat it like every meal since I cooked till it finishes. I love it.
All right. So Kishwar, do you feel that you've made Bengali people feel more proud about their cuisine, and do you think that Bengali people don't rate it as highly as it probably is at this moment around the world? We have this tendency of growing up, some of us were like, we don't want to have bhat every day, but as we can see through the show that people really like it and people really rate Bengali food and Bengali cuisine. So do you think you've given them a sense of pride about what they eat?
Yes, I think in terms of the number of people who it and reached out to me or communicated it in the media or in any way, shape or form, I've had overwhelming feedback from people all over the world, actually, what it's meant to them and how they look at their cuisine in a completely new light. And it's not just about Bengali people looking at Bengali cuisine. It's about a lot of people who are of minority cultures reassessing what the value of what's being done at home. So for me, it was, it was my own personal journey here in MasterChef, but I think it's impacted a lot of people, and that's what people have been reaching out to me about and been writing about, and it's really caused a stir. So I'm really happy that if people take a look at what happens and what is valuable to them and genuine to them, and if they value this, it's fantastic.
Oh, fantastic. The next question I have is a bit, you could say it's a slightly controversial question. The bookies,
right,
they earmarked you as an early favorite in the competition. Did you know about this? Because I spoke to your husband about interviewing a few months ago, and then he was also saying that she might be one of the winners. That's what the bookies have. So did you know that, or did you have that in your in any idea? And did you pace yourself in the contest accordingly? Because you did a dish like panta bhat, which is a peasant food, and you elevated it to a whole new level, and you did it almost at the very end of the competition. So did you have anything, a plan or a strategy in mind as to how you'd go about doing your dishes?
Well, no, because if you watch the finale, my daughter actually picked smoke out of the curveball, and my son picked the ingredient and my daughter picked the curveball. So with any of the challenges, you have to think on the spot. So I wasn't definitely saving this for a particular dish. It worked out that way. There is no way I could have known. I could have had parsimon and steam or quincy. Pete had quincy. We could have ended up with anything in those golden balls. So absolutely, there was no way at all of knowing what it was. And even when it came to smoke, I had to think on the spot as to what do I do. This is a finale. The magnitude is huge. So there are so many dishes that incorporate smoke. A lot of our heritage Mughlai cuisine that came through the Nawabs of Bengal incorporate smoke, if you think about it, because it's cooked in a tandoor. So I was going to pull another one of my very strong Mughlai dishes. So no, it's something I did in that moment on that spot. As far as bookies go, or what was happening in the outside world, there is nothing beyond being inside the MasterChef house and thinking about your day-to-day, what happens in this moment at this time. We are completely cut off from the outside world. So there is just, you can't make any plans.
Rishova?
All right. So Kishwar, you said that you have plans to write a cookbook. So how's that coming along? And do you think you're going to open up your own restaurant anytime soon?
In terms of a restaurant, I'm working currently with Adam De Silva, and I was there all morning and yesterday during Eid as well. And I'm launching my menu from Tonka. And so in terms of cooking and having my pop-up, having my food, having people come in and try my food, I'm really happy to do this at the moment. So no restaurant plans, but definitely cooking plans. It's a great pop-up, and it's a great way to have people come in and try authentic, my food, my elevated dishes.
Okay, so since it's Eid, it's the first day of Eid in Bangladesh. What would your message be to the Bangladeshi people on Eid? And what would be your perfect 3 dishes for lunch, breakfast, lunch, and dinner?
So my message to everyone in Bangladesh, or your viewers in Bangladesh, is Eid Mubarak. Thank you for supporting me through my journey. And thank you for I've just had so many overwhelming messages from everyone. So thank you for that. My perfect breakfast, lunch, and dinner, I think on Eid, this particular Eid, a huge part of that is Goru Mangsho Khichuri. That's a really, really big part of Qurbani Eid. So I think that would be something that would be on my menu.
So that was it. Thank you, Rishova. Thank you, Kishwar, for joining us on this very special day and this very special interview. What did you guys think? Did you guys like the video? Did you guys like the interview? Let us know in the comments below. If you did, give us a thumbs up. Give our page a like, and if you're watching on YouTube, give it a subscribe and hit that notifications bell for further videos, and don't forget to subscribe. Till next time, this is me, Shanur, signing off. Goodbye, and once again, Eid Mubarak.